What's something Gen Z does that older generations just don't get? 1. I'm a college professor, and a bunch of my Gen Z students are friends or even roommates. But when they enter our seminar room, they don't greet or talk to each other at all, just sit down and stare at their phones until class starts. Then, once the structured part begins, they'll have a discussion. 2. Call millennial cringe but dress like how we did in the 90s and 2000s, smiley face emoji. 3. Scroll TikTok at the movie theater. 4. You hate on millennials but play our music in the clubs they attend but don't dance at. Yep, standing around a sensory overload factory sober while literally listening to Move BTCH by Ludacris. Why don't they move? Why don't they move BTCH? 5. Generally speaking, communication skills are below par. I have almost got used to dead silence after asking a follow-up question trying to be nice. 6. As a millennial with a lot of Gen Z coworkers, I don't get the memes. In our work group chat they'll post reaction gifs and deep-fried memes that are completely incomprehensible to me. I don't understand what is being said or implied by them at all, but they seem to understand one another. 7. Holding those tiny little microphones in their hands when making videos. Update, what in the blue hell? I had no idea so many people had opinions, and very strong ones, about this. 8. As an older Gen Z I can't relate to like 90% of the stuff here. Even within my uni class. 9. The way Gen Z treats online life like part of their actual identity, not some separate fake thing. Older people still see it as just the internet and Gen Z is like no, that's where people meet, work, date, joke, fight, and exist. 10. It seems like they force themselves into a position where they don't get to enjoy anything earnestly, for being called cringe. I think that's so sad. Like come on babies, go live your lives. You don't get a second shot, stop wasting your time acting cool, you aren't cool and you are just depriving yourselves of joy. 11. I think some people think Gen Z was all born after 2010 or something. 12. Using crying emoji like a punctuation mark. 13. Being weirdly puritanical while wearing hideous mullets and porn mustaches. 14. I do find the millennial hate hilarious. They are doing so much of the same stuff we did. The problem is they're still under the impression that once you hit 30 plus if you're still into the stuff you loved before, they think you're a cringe loser. They have no idea how fast age hits you. They'll be into the same stuff in their 30s as they were a teenager, too. They'll be mocked relentlessly by Gen Alpha as well. They'll also eventually learn that coding everything in 50 layers of irony is just lame jackass behavior, but they still have to work through their main character syndrome phase of their 20s.